GOAT movie lines.
GOAT movie lines and GOAT album covers. A lot of people had extras to add in the comments. It wasn't, I mean, maybe it seemed that way, but it wasn't intended to be the 5 album covers we gave were the only great album covers on earth. It was just the 5 that came to our minds at that moment. But I wrote down some more. So the devil hit us with all the Iron Maiden covers, like actual artwork, what those skeletons and stuff. That's definitely like not talking about the music. And this is one of the problems Uncle Dave had with Pink Floyd, The Wall. He said the wall is just a picture of a white wall. And I was saying, like, Bobby and I were getting mixed up. Like, that's a great album. It might not necessarily be a great album cover. So,
but it's iconic. When you walk by, you know what the Walls album cover is.
Okay,
right. You know what Another Brick in the Walls album cover is. Right. Is
iconic the same as great artwork?
No.
What are we actually saying? Are we saying it's recognizable, or are we saying it's great art?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, I think it's a difficult distinction, but I hear what you're saying. So, like, for example, Thriller is probably one of the most iconic, album covers, but it's not great art. It's just a picture of Michael Jackson, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's an iconic album.
All right, so we have to make that distinction, but I think it's all up for grabs.
Never mind, like you brought up last time. Never mind. That's not. I mean, I guess it's art, right? It is a medium. It's photography, but.
Yeah.
That's an iconic album cover, but I wouldn't consider that iconic album art.
But it was only but then you have to say to yourself, like, is the cover only iconic because the music was phenomenal?
No, because it's a baby in the pool.
But if Nirvana sucked and they didn't sell any records, our eyes would have never come across that cover.
Fair enough.
So it's hard to say. But somebody in the comments said Rina Sawayama has a great cover. I'm going to put pictures of all of them up as we're talking. I've never seen that before. Savage Mode by 21 Savage. Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. Allegedly, somebody said that's a great cover. Okay. The Melodic Blue. We forgot this one, Sgt. Pepper. That's a classic cover.
You know what? What about now? Again, is this like iconic or great art? Because this isn't great art. Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. That's one of the most iconic albums ever in the history of music.
But then some of them, like Nevermind, Sgt. Pepper, Dark Side of the Moon, they're both.
Like I think you're.
And they're great covers, but it's also great music.
I think what we're better off doing is possibly most iconic albums in each genre.
So hold on, let me finish these covers because a lot of people, I compiled a list. Velvet Underground and Nico, Motley Crue, Dr. Death, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers, Kanye's Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I don't necessarily agree with that. Radiohead, Kid A, Ready to Die, we forgot. Again, it's not artwork, but it's a great idea to take a photograph of a baby in that way. Yeah. Led Zeppelin, Purple Rain, and then Daft Punk, Random Access Memory with the motorcycle helmet or whatever.
Okay.
The lines get blurred too much between recognizable versus artwork versus good music versus not good music, yada, yada, yada.